Go to Fleur Fitzsimons, who is joining us from the PSA, National Secretary there. And Fleur, I'm going to talk to you about the work and income, MSD, security guards in just a second. But I want to ask first about, you would have no doubt been reading over the last 24 hours, the stuff about that council meeting and the catastrophe in Wellington. Were you at that meeting?
And I can clear up the record because there's a lot of mischief being made.
Good.
There was never once a vote by the Wellington City Council when I was on it that didn't accept every recommendation from Wellington Water about their funding and make sure that their funding was addressed. The problem is not only lack of funding built up over many years. Wellington Water was a disastrous organisation plagued with failure and contracted out the running of the Mile Point wastewater station to a French company. There are layers and layers of dysfunction within that organisation. They act more like a corporate brand than a public entity, and we're seeing that now play out here in Wellington.
So that reporting from that particular meeting, there was never a vote on how much to allocate, which option you would go with in terms of funding for wastewater?
I was a councillor, and I don't know that the vote was held at that meeting, but we never voted for anything less than Wellington Water sought. And that's been cleared up in the front page of the Dom Post this morning in reporting by Tom Hunt, who has absolutely confirmed that. So there is a lot of mischief being made, and there are actually a lot of problems with Wellington Water. And we need to look very, very carefully about the role of contracting to a French company, because that's part of the reason. We need public entities running our wastewater system, not French companies.
And so when you were giving the money over to Wellington Water and then they were then contracting to the French company, did you think that was a good idea then?
And none of it's a good idea. And look, I'm doing soul searching. Could we have done more? What could we have done? I was very outspoken at the time. We forced a mayoral inquiry on Andy Foster. We made sure that there was community representation on it. But you could see Wellington Water was a dysfunctional organisation that was more interested in protecting itself as a brand than actually making sure it delivered properly. It is a deeply problematic organisation, and the whole kind of corporate model certainly hasn't helped Wellingtonians.
Okay. Would you say that cycleways are as important as wastewater?
Basic wastewater infrastructure is more important than anything else in terms of running the city, in terms of the city council and its role.
I'm glad we agree on that.